I hope the road brings you adventure, traveler. Alright then.
I've got your back. way up the 7,000 steps again, Clement?
Not today. I'm just not ready to make the climb to High. Passing through on your way to High Hrothgar? Mostly food supplies like dried fish and salted meats. You know, things that keep fresh for a long time. The Greybeards tend not to get out much, if you catch my meaning. Well, it's kind of an understanding between us. I mean, it just wouldn't feel right to charge them for a bit of preserved food. Trouble is, my legs aren't what they used to be, and climbing the 7,000 steps takes its toll. Really? Well, that would be kind of you. Here, take this bag of supplies. At the top of the steps, you'll see the offering chest. Just leave the bag inside, and you're done. Well, there's the occasional wolf pack or stray, but that's all I've ever had to deal with. Shouldn't be a problem for the likes of you. Other than that, watch your footing. In these wintry conditions, the stairs can be treacherous.
Aren't the Greybeards expecting some supplies? Dawn Guard.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Still here.
that magic away from me. They're not the sort to take visitors. But I never go that high up the path anyway. Some folk who make the trip leave them food or other essentials, but not to make conversation. I...
Yeah? Walking the steps, meditating on the emblems. I make this trip every few years.
I've got your back. Still here.
So, a Dragonborn appears at this moment in the turning of the age. First, let us see if you truly are Dragonborn. Let us taste of your voice.
I've got your back.
Dragonborn, it is you. Welcome to High Hrothgar. I am Master Arngir. I speak for the Greybeards. Now, tell me, Dragonborn, why have you come here? We are the Greybeards, followers of the Way of the Voice. You stand in High Hrothgar, on the slopes of Kinnarith's sacred mountain. Here we commune with the voice of the sky, and strive to achieve balance between our inner and outer selves. You have shown that you are Dragonborn. You have the inborn gift. But do you have the discipline and temperament to follow the path laid out for you? That remains to be seen. Without training, you have already taken the first steps towards projecting your voice into a thum, a shout. Now let us see if you are willing and able to learn. When you shout, you speak in the language of dragons. Thus, your dragon blood gives you an inborn ability to learn words of power. All shouts are made up of 3 words of power. As you master each word, your shout will become progressively stronger. Master Einarth will now teach you Ro, a second word in Unrelenting Force. Ro means balance in the dragon tongue. Combine it with Fus, force, to focus your thumb more sharply.
I'm right behind you.
You learn a new word like a monster. You truly do have the gift. But learning a word of power is only the first step. You must unlock its meaning through constant practice in order to use it in a shout. Well, that is how the rest of us learn shouts. As Dragonborn, you can absorb a slain dragon's life force and knowledge directly. As part of your initiation, Master Einarth will allow you to tap into his understanding of Ro. Now, let us see how quickly you can master your new thumb. Use your unrelenting force shout to strike the targets as they appear. Well done. Again.
I'm right behind you.
You learn quickly. Once more. Impressive. Your thumb is precise. You show great promise, Dragonborn. We will perform your next trial in the courtyard. Follow Master Bori. Bori will teach you Wold, which means whirlwind.
Still. Here.
You must hear the word within yourself before you can project it. Approach Master Bori and he will gift you his knowledge of Wold. Now we will see how quickly you will shout. Master Wulfgar will demonstrate Whirlwind Sprint. Then it will be your turn. Master Bori? Vex! Wolf! Now, your turn. Stand next to me. Master Bori will open the gate. Use your Whirlwind Sprint to pass through before it closes. Vex! Your quick mastery of a new Thuum is astonishing. I'd heard the stories of the abilities of Dragonborn, but to see it for myself... You are now ready for your last trial. Retrieve the horn of Jürgen Windcaller, our founder, from his tomb in the ancient fane of Ostengraf. Remain true to the way of the voice, and you will return. No doubt, the appearance of a Dragonborn at this time is not an accident. Your destiny is surely bound up with the return of the dragons. You should focus on honing your voice, and soon your path will be made clear. There is indeed much that we know that you do not. That does not mean that you are ready to understand it. Do not let your easy mastery of the voice tempt you into the arrogance of power. That has been the downfall of many Dragonborn before you. 5. Our leader, Paarthurnax, lives alone on the peak of the throat of the world. When your voice can open the path, you will know you are ready to speak to him. As I said, you will know you are ready when your voice can open the path to him. We study the way of the voice, according to the teachings of our founder, Jürgen Windcaller. Very few are permitted to study with us here at High Hrothgar. But in your case, Dragonborn, it is a privilege to guide you towards mastery of your voice. Their voices are too powerful for anyone not trained in the way to withstand. Even a whisper could kill you. Dragons have always been able to shout. Language is intrinsic to their very being. There is no difference in the dragon tongue between debating and fighting. Shouting comes as naturally to a dragon as breathing or speaking. In mythic times, when mortal kind was in great need, the goddess Kinnereth granted us the ability to speak as dragons do. For most people, long years of training are required to learn even the simplest shout. But for you, the dragon speech is in your blood, and you learn it almost without effort. We study the way of the voice, according to the teaching. Very few, but in your case, Dragonborn, it is a privilege. 5. When your voice can open the path, you will know you are ready to... He was a great war leader of the ancient Nords, a master of the voice, or tongue. After the disaster at Red Mountain, where the Nord army was annihilated, he spent many years pondering the meaning of that terrible defeat. He finally came to realize that the gods had punished the Nords for their arrogant and blasphemous misuse of the voice. He was the first to understand that the voice should be used solely for the glory and worship of the gods, not the glory of men. Jürgen Windcaller's mastery of the voice eventually overcame all opposition, and the way of the voice was born. Sky above.
You there! You're the one they call Dragonborn? Your lies fall on deaf ears, deceiver. The true Dragonborn comes. You are but his shadow. When Lord Mirak appears, all shall bear witness. None shall stand to oppose him. Time to die.
Welcome to the Villamere Inn. If there's anything I can get you, just let me know.
Yes? Sugar and sands. Back so soon? This is not a good sign. Ah, out with it, before I lose my patience. Daraki can smell something peculiar. It smells of lies. Daraki does not think you counted the steps. Daraki thinks you're trying to fill his head with doubt. Be gone.
All right,
Yes?
Wilhelm.
Back so
suppose it's the
soon?
least I can do for
This
you.
is... That may be, but even a worn-down step is still a step. Or an empty space that can... You are simply unwilling to... Back so soon? This is not truly? Daraki is pleased to learn there are still those who are willing to honor their words. Thank you, adventurer. Perhaps Daraki will leave this place, now that his soul is at peace.
You're not supposed to be in here.
I've got your back.
There's something out there. Ah, good to see you again. Quite a climb, wasn't it? Anyway, much appreciated. Here, take this for your troubles. and for the legwork.
I've got. Still here. I'm right behind you. Seen anything quite like that. I'm right behind you. Still here.
Take this. Huh? Enough!
Still here. Hey, look, a cave. Wonder what's in...
Yes, Sirrah, I own the curved sword. I know it doesn't look like much, but in time it will be the finest specialty shop in all of Skyrim. Right you are, Sirrah. They're the pride of Hammerfell, but I assure you we don't make them as an affectation. Curving the blade is ideal for slashing, while at the same time concentrating the pressure of the edge on a specific area. The edge cuts clean, but with less resistance, and won't get stuck in your opponent like an axe or a straight-edge blade. Trust me, that is not a pretty sight if you're fighting on horseback. You might as well ask me to turn wind into rain and the moons into stars. The blacksmiths in Hammerfell dedicate nearly half their lives to learning their craft. And yet, you wish for me to pass this knowledge as if it were the time of day. I am no sorcerer, Sirrah. You wound me, Sirrah. The blade you see before you is proof of my skill. Any Redguard from here to Hegath will vouch for its craftsmanship. No, wait. You're right. I haven't been completely honest with you. As you say, I am not what I seem. I have a contact at the East Empire Company. He supplies me with the scimitars, but I assure you they're legitimately made. The blacksmith happens to be very skilled, but wishes to remain anonymous. My contact all but implied he was a Nord. If the Alakir were to come and see the quality of this craftsmanship, they would demand that I construct more for the coterie. I've picked up the blacksmith trade to maintain appearances, but as you can imagine, my scimitars lack the proper balance. This blacksmith, this Nord, he is a master. Unless you have some sort of proof, I suggest you leave.
Yes, I haven't got... Yes?
Actually, the Thalmor are precisely why I'm here in Skyrim. As Somerset Isle and Hammerfell are divided only by a narrow sea, many say that our kingdom is the vanguard in the defense against the Aldmeri. During the height of the war, blacksmiths were said to be in high demand as the Dominion spread its tendrils over the southern coast. However, after the Second Treaty of Stros-Mackay was signed, there became a surplus of weapons and a sudden shortage of Thalmor. Many of us were forced to become farmers, or worse. At least the men were saved the indignity of becoming a tavern wench. When Ulfric started his rebellion, I stowed on the first ship to Solitude like a fly chasing manure. Of course, the other smiths thought I was crazy. They said burly Nord men would not go for such an elegant weapon. I aim to prove them wrong. Until next time.
Ooh, pretty colors. My mother and father died years ago. Thalion takes care of me now.
If you stand before me to accuse me of sacrificing children or eating the hearts of the dead, you may save your breath! I have done no such thing, nor do I intend to. I simply wish to live my life in peace. The people of Morthal would much rather weave their own horrid tales about my life than simply ask me for the truth. If they choose to fear me in their ignorance, that's their choice, but it will not change what is true. The marsh is treacherous. You would do well to not wander at night. As anyone will tell you, Morthal can be a dangerous place. My talents are useful here. I help maintain order, even if it goes unnoticed. So, you wish to master the arcane arts? All right, then. Have you been working on your concentration?
Yes, sir.
My talents
I
are
have.
Good, good. Concentration is paramount when dealing with magical forces.
Why?
Because an unfocused mind will almost certainly be obliterated, destroyed by the forces you to control and yield.
Oh.
Have no fear. I believe it is within you to in your studies, but you learn to concentrate.
Yes, sir.
Greetings.
My talents are much needed here in order to keep Morthal safe. Morthal is a troubled place. It's my duty. You deal with powerful forces. Take care they do not overwhelm you. As anyone will tell you, Morthal can be a dangerous place.
Until next time.
What's the law going to do about it?
How are we supposed to feel safe in our own homes?
Please, enough already. I have told Ygritte of your concerns. She'll look after you all. Please, go about your business.
We've no need for wizards in our midst.
Morthal has enough problems as it is.
It's no use. Let's get back to it then.
Morthal used to be a quiet place, but then I'm the best warrior in Morthal, and that's no boast. You want me to prove it? I bet 100 gold I can take you, bare-handed. Just your own 2 hands. Weapons and magic are out. Now let's see what you got. Come on, let's see what you're made of.
12 seconds on the big one.
Lucky hit. I'll get you. Oh, no. This ends now.
Keep those hands up.
Yeah.
Fight.
I'm gonna crush you like a bug. You won't get away from me. That's your best, Tom. I'll get you. I'll tear you to pieces.
You just gonna stand there and take it?
Yeah. Son of a... Yeah. I'm gonna kill you. Yeah. I'll kill you. Damn you. I'll rip you in half. I've had enough of you. Now that was a punch. You're a real fighter. I like that. You're a real fighter. I like that. You've been a good friend to me. That means something. Oh, well, you know. A bit of this, a bit of that. They haven't made me a guard, even though I've been asking. So I'll take odd jobs, anything that comes along for now. Until next time.
Oh, look at the colors. My brother is sensitive. He has trouble focusing his attention on things. We were taking him to the Temple of Kinnereth in Whiterun, just so the healers could make sure he was in good health, and they say he's fine. Are you heading to Whiterun? Could you take this letter to the priestess, Danica Purespring? It's a note about Yorick's health. Thank you. I'd better get going.
Hey, watch it!
So, life has brought you to Morthal, and to me. What purpose this serves we will no doubt see. Welcome. That which is unknown can create unease, even fear. It is to be expected. Some fear our new resident wizard. As they grow to know him, they will accept him. Time will prove me right. I stand where I have always stood, here in Morthal. Now is not the time to fight amongst ourselves. I fear dark days approach, and all of Skyrim's strength will be needed.
If you've business with the Jarl, I'd ask that you speak to me first. The Jarl has put out a bounty to slay a giant. Here, take a look at this decree for details. That's what many here wanted. A quiet life in a quiet place, without the noise or the trouble of a city. Now some worry this wizard Fallion will foul it all up. Ah, you saw that, did you? Life in Morthal has been troubled lately. The people are uncertain, restless. They merely look to the Jarl for leadership. There's news of rebellion against the Empire. Strange noises have been heard in the marshes at night. And then, the tragedy with Hrogar's home. The men simply seek wisdom. Everything will be fine. Until next...
Heard there were on guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
We need to do something about these vampire attacks.
Finally, someone comes in. Kick off your boots, stay a while. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. I got nothing but time these days. Welcome to the Moorside. If you need anything, I'll be around. Good. Here, take a look at this. Lurbach? Fancies himself a bard. He pays, so I let him stay. If I had any customers, I'd be worried about him annoying them. But, well, look around. Slow? No, it just ain't there at all. Few enough reasons to pass through Morthal before the war started. Now, well, let's just say the front door doesn't get much use. You looking for Fallion? Why don't you go bother those mages at their college in Winterhold and leave my brother alone? Here, take a look at this. Hrogar's house? It burned down not too long ago. It's a real pity about his wife and kid. The screams woke half the town. Most folk won't go near it now for fear it's cursed. Hrogar claims it was a hearth fire. Some folks say Hrogar started it himself. That's what they say. See, he's living with Alva now. That started the day after the fire. It ain't right moving in with a new love the day after your kin die like that. Aye. Our Jarl would sure like to know if he did, though. Might even pay to find out. Yeah. Finally, someone comes in. Kick off your boot.
I've got your back.
We're routed! Fall back! I cannot best you! Just give up! You win!
I'm right behind you.
What was that? I knew it! No one crosses me! That takes care of that. Morthal is a troubled place. It's my duty to see it rest in peace. Please remain indoors at night. Yes?
You're different, aren't you? Not like anyone else. Not in Morthal or Skyrim.
These vessels are becoming a real menace.
Yes? All right then. Trouble?
I get...
Need something?
Not sure where I go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not...
If you're here to purchase, I have many spells. My talents are much needed here in order to keep Morthal safe. Morthal is a troubled place.
What you want, stranger? I don't have time for chit-chat. And I am honored to meet one so thick as to think this pond is a marsh. And the politeness continues. Perhaps I am speaking with a noble. My apologies, my lord. Ha ha ha. Don't worry, traveler. I meant no offense. There are simply so many bandits here in Skyrim, and such few persons of character. As for my name, my clan once knew me as Anumla, but fighting folk called me the Swamp Knight. As opposed to going backwards? I haven't thought about it,
but your company makes me long for the old days. In truth, I only came to Skyrim to rid myself of that urchin. Now that I'm here, maybe I'll adventure for a bit. Or maybe I'll forge a new legend, right here in this adorable little puddle the Nords call a marsh. Well, it's a short story. I carry a sword. I'm from the swamp of Black Marsh. Do you need me to continue, or can you piece it together from here? You're a clever one. Saw right through my glib response. All right, I'll tell you. But it's a long story. So you might want to sit down for this one. I was hatched in a small tribal village, lost in the swamps between Thorn and Hellstrom. In other words, in the middle of nowhere. As the hatchling of a small and pitiful clan, I couldn't afford to travel to the city and train under the guidance of the tribal guard. Right you are, but few boats stopped by my village. There were visitors. In fact, every few years, a recruiter from the city would come to the village and conscript those in the clan who showed promise. Only a handful of hatchlings were chosen. All of them were males. Males I bested in combat 100 times over. I figured the only way I'd be a soldier was to train on my own. So, one night, I went out into the deepest swamps with nothing but a hist branch. I committed myself to killing a feather serpent. On the second night, I thought I'd vanquish 3. By the first hour, my only goal was to survive. Somehow, I managed. I labored through the bog and hid inside a hollowed-out tree. I waited and watched for predators. And as I watched, I learned. I saw how the serpent camouflaged itself in the foliage, how the Leviathan waded effortlessly through the swamp, simply by refusing all effort. I saw how on bright days, the lizard used the Hackwing's own shadow to scuttle around unseen, and how on dark days, all creatures clung to the mist. By the time I was grown, I could slay 5 feathered serpents with a single slash and do it with my eyes closed. True enough, the name came when I joined a company of fighters, many of whom were celebrated warriors from all over Tamriel. There were members who served as honor guards for tribal chieftains, and those who trained under guild masters and various regiments of the Empire. There were even retired assassins from the renowned Shadow Scales of legend, but none knew of who I was, or why I was recruited to join the company. The truth was, I was never supposed to be there. I had found the invitation on a courier while traveling west toward Gideon. Undaunted, I told them the story of how I trained to become a knight. I used that exact word. In truth, I'd only heard the word knight in passing. But when travelers from strange lands used the term, their words spoke with a tone heavy with reverence. That's how I wanted them to speak about me. Naturally, the company laughed uproariously at my expense. They dubbed me the Swamp Knight, and I've been that ever since. Oh, they did, but Dalum A assured them I was on the up and up. He was our leader, and the one who assembled the crew. I never asked him why. Maybe he was just curious. Maybe he ascribed it to fate. Maybe he thought he could make a wife out of me. Ha, poor fool never had a chance. Yes, there was Arnwulf, a former member of the Fighters Guild in Cyrodiil, a big Nord man with an even bigger laugh. In contrast, Ula Way never said a word. He was a retired shadow scale, and the only noise he made was when he sharpened his daggers. Moontail was a conjurer who conjured monsters as quickly as he conjured lies. And Elia, a Breton healer whose lust for man had no cure. Then there was the Bosmer Indrel. Lazy girl, that one. When we made camp, she slept in the trees, but always with one eye open. There was a red guard named Bodan, a man whose gift of strings and tongue once earned him a place beside an Argonian tribal chief. And lastly, our leader, Dalum a legendary swordsman who fought in the Great War. I used to tell Arnwulf he was ugly enough to be one. Ha 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 ha! He never laughed so hard.